It's News 360 coming to you live from the News Hub here today. I am Portia Gabor.
And I am Martin Asiedu-Dartey. Here are the headlines for the next 1 hour.
News 360 Headlines is brought to you by
Flamingo Paint,
Pepsodent Charcoal and Pepsodent Herbal.
Tonight, residents of to save the country's water bodies following water ration.
Also tonight, Electricity Company of Ghana dismisses claims that the installation of new meters is employed to overcharge customers.
Later in the bulletin, Sunday fire outbreak at Zongo Lane in Accra exposes lack of equipment impeding the work of National Fire Service.
In business news, Ghana's aviation sector soars as more airlines to launch operations amid economic challenges.
And on the international front, a Nigerian and a British national are wanted for allegedly plotting to overthrow the government of President Bola Tinubu.
We have details of these stories coming up shortly. Do stay with us.
Let's delve right into it, to one of the major concerns that have bedeviled the country for a long time, talking about issues of Galamsey. Well, its attendant impact has already been felt. Residents of Cape Coast have called for immediate solution to end the activities of illegal miners to save the country's water bodies. Correspondent Thomas Khan has been monitoring the effect of the water shortage following the release by the Ghana Water Company Limited on recent water supply challenges due to Galamsey activities.
In recent statements released by the Central Regional Directorate of the Ghana Water Company Limited, the activities of illegal mining has compromised the quality of water. The statement mentioned the turbidity of water at its Setraheming treatment plant drawn from the Pra River. Currently, the water treatment plant, which is meant to serve parts of Cape Coast, Elmina and other parts of the central region, can only do a quarter of its installed capacity. Residents in the affected areas have expressed their frustration about the water crisis and have called for immediate solutions. Auntie Hannah, a water vendor, said the recent water shortage has not only affected her revenue, but also her customers who have to endure the pain of going without water for days.
The water that flows through our taps are polluted. Customers fetch and throw it away. But the meter is also reading. We always run at a loss.
Some residents narrated their ordeal and expressed their frustration and disappointment in government's inability to deal with the Galamsey menace.
Because one or what happened, and to say 40 be done one or the washing or corrections. And some mines for washing as a mines for what.
Government should find a solution to this problem. We fall sick from using this water. The miners should be stopped if they are the ones causing the problem.
This is very worrying. Galamsey is destroying our water bodies, and something should be done about it.
Right, let's go to the phone to Zoom now and speak to the convener of the Media Coalition Against Galamsey, Dr. Ken Ashibe, who has joined us. Good evening, Doc, and thank you so much for your time. Hello, Dr. Ashibe, if you can kindly unmute for us so we can hear you. But while at it, I would want to find out from you, and thank you for joining us. I want to find out from you, I mean, it's been about 8 years and counting since we all as a nation started this fight against illegal mining. Today, we are being told that people are unable to get water because of those activities. Did we all go to sleep considering that the fight had gained some level of momentum?
Well, thank you very much. I'm not too sure there's anything good about the evening. If anything at all, it's a bad evening. In a country where we are poisoning our own water and we are blocking the water sources and doing this to ourselves, it cannot be a good evening. But to talk about that, did we go to sleep? Well, I think you would, on the evidence, the face of the evidence, you would say that at a point, the media, took its foot a bit off the pedal, but it's not, you won't blame the media for this. What had happened was that if you look 2017, when the president put his presidency on the line, when the media formed a coalition and you started advocating for an end to illegal mining, we saw some positive results. So when we were getting close to the elections, and we saw the noises from even the opposition, accusing the ruling government of having, come to destroy the work of these illegal miners. And then the ruling government also then took its foot off the pedal. The military that were involved in Operation Vanguard were pulled off. And, we saw how it went towards the elections. And after that, we have really not recovered. And at some point, the media also haven't advocated and pushed, nothing seemed to be happening. There was a law. We've had a few media houses that have kept the pace and kept pushing and pushing. And, what we're experiencing is not surprising. It is just the fruit of the poison tree that we've been planting, especially leadership that have refused to take action.
And you mentioned the word leadership. Leadership, where? Is it the executive? Is it the populace? If you're asking that leadership should take action, can you further explain that?
So let me give you a typical example here, and I'm not going to leave Ghana to give you that example. The Otumfuo Asantehene has 3 of his chiefs being complicit in Galamsey. What did he do? He goes through our traditional judicial system, and then they adjudicate on the case. He is sitting in Assessment Council, finds these 3 guilty. What did he do? He then goes ahead and then distills these 3. But what have we seen? We see the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources point out Akonta Mine for being complicit in mining illegally in the Tanonimri Forest Reserve. We have a journalist like Erastus Donko show us evidence of the fact that actually had happened. Even outside the forest reserve, they were mining in the buffer of the Tano River. We got them, the Minerals Commission come to validate the claim made by the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources. But so now, what has happened to directors of Akonta Mining? Nothing. We had the example also of the former, I don't know whether it's a DCE or MCE, who confessed openly, to being involved in this illegality. What again did we see? All we've seen is the fact that he was made to step down. But we all know that if you take the Minerals and Mining Act as amended, or the original one, there is nowhere in it that when you have seen to have fallen foul of the law, your punishment is that you are dismissed of your role. We also have incident. Let me give you one of the popular ones. Heritage Imperial. Heritage Imperial were given an exploratory license, and they were out there supposed to be exploring. But they had heavy excavators there that they are taken into the forest reserve. And the Media Coalition had then written to the EPA asking for the permit status. The EPA confirmed to us that they did not have a permit to start mining. But we reported this to several people, nothing has happened. So till leadership gets to the point where they take a leave from that of Otumfuo Asantehene and make sure that those people who are actually driving this Galamsey,
right,
when they are mentioned, punished, nothing will change.
Finally and briefly, is there hope? And if there is, what should we be doing now? Because it looks as though leadership is failing. How else can we approach this to save our water bodies?
Well, so you see, the thing about leadership is that you just mentioned only one part of the leadership. The other problems is that Galamsey is a national problem but has local solutions. So by now, we should be holding the leadership, those, the DCs, MCs, that have their districts straddling these major rivers, the Tunnel, the Brim, the Prague. Currently, because they made commitment to the president that they were going to do what they ought to do, they need to be held accountable. The regional leaders who are coordinating what it is that they're doing. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done. And the journalists, the media as well, we need to change our modus operandi, making sure that we can do a lot more investigative journalism. And there are other things that really need to be done, but I think you have the time for us to discuss that.
Dr. Ken Ashigbe, pleasure talking to you. Thank you for your time this evening. He is the convener for the Media Coalition Against Galamsey. And what do you make of this concern? How can you also help in this fight? We'll be happy to hear your thoughts as well.
And illegal mining activities continue to cause devastating impact on people and the environment, despite several measures by governments to end the menace. Water bodies are not spared, a situation exposing people to health dangers as the Ghana Water Company is forced to spend millions of cedis to treat water for consumption. Christian Yali recalls some disturbing stories TV3 covered in the first quarter of this year in the western and central regions.
In March this year, the Ghana Water Company Limited was compelled to cut down water production by 30% in the central region. Mining upstream of the Pra River caused alarming levels in turbidity of raw water, destroyed 2 sets of the company's pumps at the Setrehiman treatment plant. The intake canal was affected, the sump of the plant was clogged up, and water flow to the pump was severely reduced. Inasmuch as the cut was inevitable, hundreds of residents and students in Cape Coast and adjoining communities were worst hit, and even children struggled to cope.
Gone all the neighborhood in search of water.
We are pleading with Ghana Water Company to improve water supply because we are suffering. The frustration is real.
Few months down the line, residents are struggling for every drop of water, a challenge that is making life unbearable. It is illegal mining again, silting about 60% of the catchment capacity of the water company's equipment. TV3 also recalls in February this year when residents of the western region were exposed to contaminated food products made of cassava. Traders at Jura Dominase in the Evaluwe Ajomoro Jura municipality were using water from the Galamsey contaminated and Cobra River to prepare cassava dough. The bigger concern was that the cassava dough, which is used to prepare local meals like acheke and banku, was transported to other markets in Takoradi, Accra, and other countries, including Ivory Coast. There has not been any major change. The quality of the Cobra River keeps worsening. It's clear there appears to be no end in sight even when the president puts his job on the line.
Let's shift our attention to some other stories now. The lack of equipment and the use of obsolete ones are impeding firefighting operations in Ghana. This has once again exposed the deficiencies plaguing the Ghana National Fire Service in its recent management of the Makola Zongolin inferno, which happened over the weekend. George Queening has more on the following report.
The ministry's central business district, High Street and areas around Makola were engulfed in thick plume of smoke a day after fire gutted a story building at Makola Zongolin. The atmosphere was quite unpleasant. Without a protective gear like a nose mask, it was difficult to move around. This is how the atmosphere looks like here at Makola. It's really engulfed in smoke. And so nose mask comes in handy. There are some traders who've actually put their business on hold just to sell nose masks to these vulnerable masses who come to the market.
We are helping people not to inhale the smoke. It's only 50 pesos for your safety. I am really making money. It is just 1 cedi to protect yourself. The smoke is very unpleasant. I sell socks, but I have stopped and now selling nose masks.
Some could not comprehend why the fire service could not manage the inferno on time.
Since yesterday, can't them kill them? Can't them finish with this fire?
So we just spoke to Asiedu-Dartey, who is a member of the PR department of the Ghana National Fire Service. And I got this nose mask white, but it has now turned black. And you can tell you how serious this issue is here. And the atmosphere is quite not a pleasant one. And for him, most shops here have cylinders in them. It should not be tolerated.
It's not been easy. You know, who wouldn't want to finish this fire and go home and rest? We don't take pride in being here for 2 days. But we are committed that no matter until the fire is totally extinguished, we're going.
Although Assistant Divisional Officer Grade 1 Asiedu-Dartey admitted to equipment constraints, he insists the service has competent men in fire management.
I can tell you for a fact that most of these shops don't even have early fire detection systems. You know, and the early fire detection systems would have helped to prevent a disaster like this, because the early fire systems like a smoke detector would have set off an alarm that there's a smoke and the fire started small. They would have been able to deal with it at the incipient stages. But it looks like they prioritized their security much more than their safety.
Information gathered revealed that some of the already limited turntable ladders have broken down, and this one from Tema, which was meant to support the fight, has equally broken down. Turntable ladders are necessary for managing fires in stories and high-rise buildings, and judging from the reality, its absence has impacted negatively on timelines.
Your machines, or no machine,
there are equipment that can fight this type of fire, but we don't have any as a country. The leaders are not doing anything to help Ghana.
Personnel are doing their best to ensure they douse this very fire, and there are concerns that due to the visible cracks, this building could collapse, and so they are doing their best to ensure this is actually brought under control. The service fears that the rate of market fires might increase because assemblies fail to implement recommendations captured in their fire reports. It remains to be seen whether or not this would ignite a total overhaul of the service, which has been handicapped for years. George Quenin, TV3 News, Makola, Accra.
In more news tonight, the Electricity Company of Ghana has dismissed claims that the installation of new meters is a scheme to overcharge customers. The company asserts that the new meters accurately reflect actual consumption rates and cautioned against tampering. Samuel Dubik Mahama, Managing Director of ECG, was speaking at the beginning of an exercise to replace obsolete meters in Accra East.
The Electricity Company of Ghana has begun an aggressive exercise to replace all faulty meters in part of Accra in the company's loss reduction program, an initiative to facilitate the installation of smart meters and to improve energy accounting. Customers have already been complaining about increased energy consumption by the new meters that are being installed across the country. Reacting to this, Managing Director of the ECG, while explaining the rationale behind changing these meters, noted the company is not fleecing its customers.
Prepaid meters do have a lifespan. They don't go beyond 10 years. We are replacing these meters not because we want to cheat anybody. If anybody feels cheated, the Standards Authority are available. The meters were calibrated. We can check it and we can do a home audit with the person to justify. The old meters we had were very, very mechanical, which also led to some form of revenue loss. Every single thing you use at home will be read. Let's not politicize this exercise. Revenue generation by ECG is very, very critical to keep this sector alive.
He further warned customers against tampering with the new meters.
Please, these meters are smart meters. They are MMS compliant. They are very visible on a dashboard in our offices. Please don't tamper with these meters because we will know. There's been a huge revenue leakage, and across the country we have to change close to 1.5 million meters as quickly as possible.
Accra East Regional Director Engineer Bismarck Otu said the new meters would address concerns of inefficiency amongst others.
This exercise is aimed at bringing convenience to customers so that customers will become more confident in dealing with us. If a customer has a credit on the old meter, we will transfer this credit balance onto the new one. Similarly, if you have a debt on the old meter, we shall also be kind to transfer it onto the new meter so that you settle it. Accuracy. The meters are very accurate, so whatever you consume is what the meter registers.
ECG anticipates to end the meter replacement exercise by October.
Now, when the hustle and bustle and tooting of horns at the Accra Tema Station Lorry Park fades, a different story unfolds. A story of female head porters, popularly referred to as Kayaye, making the pavement and streets of Accra their home. But beyond their harsh realities of life in Accra lies a strong desire for the development of northern Ghana to curb the rural-urban migration.
It's 1 a.m. While some female head porters sleep, the cry of babies keep other mothers awake. I have sleepless nights. I'm here due to the hardship in Yama. I'm with one of my children here.
At this season, you know, northern part, we always farm once in a year. So if it comes to this time, at home, they have nothing doing. If you don't have any business, and you know, if I travel down to south, maybe something will happen. Getting to rainy season, the person can figure something and go back for the farming season. That's why normally they used to come here.
A 2018-2019 mapping exercise by the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection indicated there are more than 100,000 Kayaye, including their children, nationwide, with 85,600 working in the Greater Accra region alone, 22,500 in the Ashanti region, and about 1,000 in the Bono and Ahafo regions. Most between 10 to 35 years have left their families from the northern part of Ghana to look for greener pastures.
The underage, they are coming, a lot of them are coming from Mampresa side. Yes, they are coming from overseas, Waliwale and surrounded villages. Recently, the research we have done with them, almost many of them are having problems because of education. That's why the government say free education. But everything cannot be free like that. The problem, as you see, a lot of them have no, opportunity for accommodation.
Here, they face challenges including sexual violence, occupational hazards, and sanitation-related diseases.
It's all because of the unemployment situation. That's why they are all here. So I think if the government can build more industries and, let's say, create job opportunities at their various places, I think they wouldn't come here to work.
The NPP in its manifesto promises to ensure the rights and safety of female head porters, intensify the transitional Kayaye empowerment program aimed at providing employable skills training for them for a brighter future. The NDC, on the other hand, wants to provide educational scholarship and develop special skills training and a social assistance program. But what do the female head porters need? If most of us are employed, we won't be here. I want government to give us an accommodation.
Tomatoes factory. If a tomato, rice, corn processing factory is established to create employment, it will deter many from coming here.
The problem of getting them not to come in should have been a responsibility of government. Do a proper research to find out what is happening. If you know what is happening, then you can solve the problem.
The female head porters have spoken. It is their hope that the manifestos of the political parties will not just be mere promises, but a commitment to curb the rural-urban migration and develop northern Ghana.
Welcome to your election command center. Let's bring you some politics now.
And tonight, the Electoral Commission has denied claims that it is bloating the voter register to favor a political party. The EC insists that its register is credible and transparent. This follows concerns raised over the illegal transfer of voters during the just-ended voter exhibition.
The National Democratic Congress earlier raised concerns over the transfer of vote from Tamale South and Sagnarigu to Pusiga. A similar incident took place in the Ajumako-Eyane CM constituency, where more than 3,000 voters were illegally transferred. The Electoral Commission, while accepting responsibility, noted that the anomalies have been rectified.
Preliminary investigations by the Commission have revealed that voter transfers were indeed effected for 38 individuals, using the credentials of an Electoral Commission official. The Commission has suspended the Pusiga District Electoral Officer and has invited him to respond to the Commission's findings. The preparations towards the 2024 exhibition exercise, the absent voters list and the transferred voters list inadvertently included all transfers that had been done since 2020 when this register was first prepared. This understandably may have caused some anxiety to our stakeholders, as exemplified by the press conference addressed by the NDC in the Ajumako-Eyane SCM constituency of the Central Region. The Commission has corrected this anomaly and will share with all the political parties the corrected absent and transferred voters list.
Dr. Bosman Asari noted that the EC has nothing to hide.
All our processes are transparent, inclusive and open to the political parties and the citizenry. Nothing is hidden. There are no secrets as far as our elections are concerned. Any interested party or citizen can with no effort obtain relevant information on all aspects of the electoral process. Therefore, the suggestion that the peace and the outcome of the election is hinged on the chairperson of the Electoral Commission is completely untrue.
Right, so more of that story is on our website. Still on politics, though, Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has reiterated his will to protect the religious, moral and cultural sanctity of the people of Ghana, adding that there will be no space for LGBTQ activities under his watch. Addressing Tribal Council of the Chiefs of Kaswa as part of his Central Regional Campaign Tour, the NPP flag bearer said he will resist the practice.
Flooded with red, white and blue colors, members of the Elephant Party in the Wutu-Senya East constituency poured out on the streets of Kaswa to welcome the NPP's flag bearer, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. In Kaswa, he first met and interacted with party supporters and traders. The team was later received at the Kaswa Odukos Palace, where he engaged the Council of Tribal Chiefs. The chiefs declared their support for the NPP flag bearer and commended him for eschewing politics of insults in the run-up to the December 7 polls.
Your Excellency, you have changed the face of politics in Ghana. Unlike before, when it's getting to election time, we often hear insults near and death. The politics of insults is past, and we are very happy. The way you are going, inshallah, 2025, the good people of Ghana will speak.
The Vice President urged the people of Wutu-Senya East to promote him with their votes to become the next president.
If Ghana, Vice President Saumwaba, Ghana has since independence. Unya Vice President, Waye Ejuma, Asin Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Since independence, all vice presidents produced in Ghana have not worked more than I have. I introduced 33 different policies as vice president. My opponent cannot even boast of one policy that he has introduced. This shows that I have passed the vice presidential test, so promote me to become president. LGBTQ will never happen under my watch.
He also took a swipe at his main contender, John Dramani Mahama, describing him as second-hand president.
home use second-hand president.
If you vote for John Mahama back to power, you have voted for home use second-hand president. But if you vote for me, the country will have a brand new tier rubber president.
And the flag bearer of the NDC is promising a rapid and all-inclusive review of the free SHS policy within his first 120 days to become the envy on the continent. Despite a successful rollout of the policy by government in 2017, it has been bedeviled with challenges in carrying the attention of the IMF to call for a review. A report by Komla Kluche.
Na me catch him say free SHS abe enko baby da. Free SHS is here to stay. Ezu. Ye mom de beba be sie amana ye. If we say wo hwe na free SHS no. Senior almost aye no. Emfaso e wo say awofo no nya no. Omo nya ne sa. If you say Obako na watch miensa oko school na osabe fie betre fie boso miensa na ehon fa so ne den ne aba ne say omode sika yede ma enkoda na aduane no omode ma company baako national buffer stock enti wo headmaster wo te ho no wo need to me a wo de koto aduane ama enkoda no bibie ehia say yede benua aduane pa ama enkoda no e wo kintampo jom. Enti headmaster ni ne beza beko ho akoto sa ni o mani nyina na o mato odwan aka ho na o makọ nua aduane pa ama ye kwada da di ezu afenso ye funu ye dia ene ye say come there wo say baby ya me etimi ye yesa wa wo ni ye funu wo ten kan say come there enso MPP for be catch you say we did ya me enti ni ayafamu no e wo se edusua nyansa na min se abato obre asui omo de ntro ebebe biom ojoma e wo ha e se mfata kentampo ezu.
In more news tonight, over 700 students have been inducted into the Chafass Institute for Practical Studies. The school aims to provide vocational and technical skills to students across the country as a vital engine to the country's industrialization agenda.
Over the years, the technical and vocational education and training (TVET) sector has suffered an image crisis over public perception for being a refuge for students who are not academically enriched. However, the sector keeps recording high number of students who have shown interest in vocational skills, compelling institutions to set up programs to meet the diverse demands. Chafass Institute of Practical Studies is one of many such institutions leading the way in TVET education.
Our main purpose is to actually, put more foundation and then more blocks on the TVET development structure by developing more manpower for the economists, for people out there. We don't really, do our selection for students based on academic background or professional expertise. What we seek out for is the most important, that is your passion to learn.
The news team engaged some of the students during the institute's orientation ceremony.
I believe in the adage that you empty your wallet and you keep it in your head. So I decided to give it a try. Why not go to Chafass for this practical program? I'm a teacher by profession, truly, teaching computing. But I realized that no, having this skill will give me a competitive advantage.
I'm here to learn forklift operating. And the reason why I chose forklift operating is because I've had the dream for this passion for a very long time. And also I've made much inquiries on other schools that are doing the same training, but I have found out that Chafass is very good.
Truck driving, forklift, fashion, general electricals and multimedia studies are among some of the programs offered. Since its inception in 2022, about 12,000 students have so far graduated from the institute.
Still watching News 360 on TV3. Stay with us. We have the latest in the world of business with Michael Ogbodu after this.
1 bucket of Flamingo paint is equal to several buckets of any other paint brand on the market. Flamingo paint, superior durability, superior hiding, superior coverage. Flamingo paint, simply superior. You know, 1 bucket of Flamingo paint is equal to several buckets of any other paint brand on the market. Flamingo paint, superior durability, superior hiding, superior coverage. Flamingo paint, simply superior.
I love President Charcoal. Why? When there are so many other charcoal toothpaste. That's both charcoal and lemon. Oh, does it? Yes. Look right here.
Yes. Pepsodent Charcoal has 2 of nature's powerful whitening ingredients. With the power of activated charcoal and lemon essence, it removes stains and whitens teeth naturally.
Convinced?
Well, I am. Just look at your beautiful Pepsodent smiles.
For naturally whiter teeth, Pepsodent Charcoal.
Whenever you fly to space or take your first step as baby, Soft Care always stays with you.
New Soft Care Space Series is rooted from space technology. Keeps you dry and comfortable for 12 hours long. Offers you the most effective protection during your space journey.
Soft Care. Protect your leap.
Playing for your country, easy. Scoring, easy. Avoiding injuries, easy. Winning, easy, Charlie. But you know what be easy now? Kibo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Easy. It gets everything inside. Gary, creamer, sugar, roasted granules. Just add water, then sharp my soakings make ready. Taste and energy, made easy. As I be street footballer, Gary at the top. Now we attend Starboy. Still Gary at the top. I travel go abroad. Kibo Gary at the top. Kibo Gary, he the bio. I'm a match winner, but the real champion is Kibo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Champion taste.
This advert is FDA approved.
You dey sleep? That's Madina.
Sentuntum say wunna ma de jume ma wonsa.
Efrema be ma Daniel ba.
Ma wonsa. Sentuntum ma boasumuda ma wonsa.
That shall not slap. Having black mosquito quail. Common tontom na empom wisie bebre na ema wo mowa na ema wo nhwam na ehyiam.
Having insecticide spray hwam na sanso kumu a wotu ene omo hwia nyina. Now having naphthalene balls and having perfumed insect repellent no kumu a woria na senja hwam wechiri.
Having black mosquito quail empom wisie bebre and say wo hene so ehyiam kama no na jumo size no don't shit to me no.
And a heaven spray, heaven naphthalene balls, ni perfumed insect repellent no. Ekumwa omutu na wa wonam from na senja hwanwechi.
Heaven dear bakope. Heaven dear bakope.
Heaven dear bakope.
Heaven dear bakope.
FDA aji edrede krato yatum.
Doing never stops until the job is done. Turn your home and business into an internet highway and experience the revolution of working and playing without limits. Visit broadband.mtn.com.gh to sign up for MTN Fiber for Home and Business today.
The business segment is brought to you by MTN
and Napa Foods. Heaven Black Insecticide Spray and Coil.
West Hills Ridge Property, Eden Heights.
Hello there, good evening and welcome to the business segment here on News 360. I am Michael Obodu. Now, Ghana's status as a key destination in the sub-region continues to rise, with the Ghana Airports Company Limited announcing that more airlines are set to launch operations in the country. In the past year alone, 2 international airlines have already begun operating in Ghana. Currently, over 20 airlines operate within Ghana's airspace, and according to the Airport Company Limited, additional international carriers are expected to commence services soon.
Stability in the country accounts for why people would want to travel and come to Accra or to Ghana. And so it is important that we keep our political stability.
In the meantime, the ongoing political season appears to be boosting Ghana's domestic aviation industry, with the Airport Company Limited reporting significant growth in the sector.
This is an election year, so a lot of the political candidates are traveling through airports. They go with a huge number of people. So that may be one of the reasons accounting for the growth in passenger numbers. And I believe as we move towards the end of the year, the numbers will swell up even more as as all the candidates travel through our airports.
Now, energy expert Dr. Isif Sulemana has stressed the need for reliable power and competitive tariffs to boost Ghana's industries as the country pursues its first nuclear power plant. His comment comes as Ghana signs an agreement with a US-based developer to build its first nuclear power plant utilizing innovative technology from NuScale Power's small modular reactor plant.
It is almost becoming possible that global community is getting around the safety aspect of nuclear plant. I think nuclear power plants will be the most reliable, the most dependable. And I'm saying most reliable, most dependable. You just have to feed in the radioactive material, close it in, and you are good to go. And a nuclear power plant can run continuously for a year or more. Small modular nuclear reactors, like what is being proposed to build in Ghana. So if the efficiency aspect of it is taken care of, and the safety aspect of it is also taken care of, I think they could be cost competitive. Industries will need available, dependable, and affordable power to triumph or to become successful or to increase their profitability. So yes, should nuclear power plant become efficient, they could have access to affordability, they could have access to availability, and they could have access to dependability.
Now, Absa Bank has launched its Prestige and Premier Platinum Cards promotion, the Affluent Cards campaign. The signature Infinite Cards are designed to provide unparalleled luxury for users. The Signature and Infinite Cards elevate the affluent experience with concierge services, comprehensive travel insurance, and exclusive access to over 1,200 airport lounges. The promotion gives participants the opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid trip to the Absa Champagne in Africa Festival in Johannesburg, South Africa, by using the card as frequently as possible.
Our affluent clients typically travel a lot, right? And when they travel, they need a bit more comfort, and therefore listening to them, a lot of our customers say they need access to airport lounges across the globe. And today, instead of our Signature and Infinite Card, our customers have access to all the major lounges in all airports across the world.
Absa Bank also rewarded 5 participants from different branches in the first draw of the Change Your Story campaign with 40,000 cedis each.
In addition to the 40,000 Ghana cedis that we awarded each and every winner this afternoon, the use of the card itself does come with benefits. So, for example, anybody who has an Absa debit or credit card is able to get discounts when they shop from partner institutions of up to 40%. That is real value.
Absa Bank is committed to finding local solutions to unique local challenges, focusing on value addition. And that'll be all for the business segment here on News 360. I am Michael Obodu. Up next, the sports.
He's going to play in this weather?
Why did you let him go? He might fall ill.
And if he doesn't go out for practice, how will he win more trophies? To protect our family from illness-causing germs during the rainy season, we use Dettol soap every day.
Dettol with Germ Defense gives you protection. Rainy season brings a lot of illness-causing germs, and Dettol soap's Germ Defense protects you from this germ. Be Dettol sure.
This advert is FDA approved.
Ndro na mede fufu ne ba no.
Wine na fufu na ba na na de dem no. Mo tia Kevin kra wani. Ode ne sa wo mu a, e no ja si ho.
Ko famla. Ja said the wu cheni wani no. Oye de obeye. Tilapia no de ko fa 40 Ghana de bibila. Be ko no aye si.
Making money shouldn't be this hard. Just reload and win cash in the Telisa More Money promo. Win daily and weekly. When you reload your mobile and broadband bundles, you can win up to 30,000 Ghana cedis this weekly, or the 1 million Ghana cedi grand prize. The more you reload, the better your chances of winning Telisa More Money promo. Dial star 500 hash or opt in on the Telisa Play app for free. Telisa, connecting energies. This promo is
Don't you know that smoke from charcoal and firewood is as damaging to the lungs as cigarettes? It could even cause diseases and affect our eyesight.
Auntie, over time yeding.
The National Petroleum Authority has introduced a cylinder recirculation model. A clearance exchange point with your empty cylinder. All you need is a small down payment and get a fuel cylinder. Switch from charcoal and firewood to gas for a better, healthier life.
Honey, new supper! And a pot evaporated milk. Ooh. Tasty and creamy, right?
So.
And a pot milk. A custard one a fine. Na so Tom Brown no rice water muswa a nice. Honey, trip na baso. With the and a pot mayonnaise. And a medaya salad. And a burger. Fries so. And a pot tasty ketchup. And a good side. Coffee ni jollof no so. Made the end of perfume long green rice. Oh, you are one. Don't forget your favorite and a pot chocolate milk drink.
Oh, more quite so.
See, honey, you are sorted.
I'm in control like a pilot on Anapa Airways.
Mama, Mama.
Me, you know.
Enapa, I can't stand it.
Just a moment. And a power, huh?
Yeah!
Oh, yeah, Jack Macron, no more. It's your Chanaka Sede. Hey, you contumre. What a clean tomato sauce, I want to be. And a passiding for box with salad. Hey, you stew. And a jollofa. Never to the one. That don't know it though. Up to that. And the power of ya, or meant to burn your doa. You want a pass sauce, check for you, sir. Oh, more tasty. And the big beans for the breakfast. Let's all salad, oh, she and a patuna. We can puffle. Let's all salad, oh, taste good. And a pan on dairy creamer. 4 box we so can see oats, na cremitino. Yawa and a spaghetti. Talia papa B. Mansunin sijadu re. Nafa and a spaghetti no gum. Wo and a patalia no I ready for watch on you with stew. So I no pa no so good.
Inkrati FDA appendo.
Hello, good evening and welcome to the sports segment here on News 360 with me, Oreku Ampofo. The international break is well and truly underway with the Black Stars conducting their first training session here in Accra ahead of the 2025 AFCON qualifiers against Angola and then Niger. My colleague Kelvin Owusu-Ansah watched the training session and filed this report.
10 players were in camp and present at the Accra Sports Stadium to begin preparations. Goalkeepers Jojo Wallacott, Ferry Kasari of Asante Kotoko, Captain Thomas Partey led the 8 outfield players with Thomas Brandon Asante, Abdul Fattah Isaaku, Tariq Lamptey, who were present here at the Accra Sports Stadium. There was also Jonas Adjete and Finot Ibrahim Osman, Restal Belgrade's Ebenezer Annan completed the list of 8 outfield players. Coach Otoado and his assistant who were involved in an accident, Fatal Dawda and John Pencil were in much confidence, and they look much more okay after last weekend near that experience. There's also Joseph Loman, the first assistant present for the team in their first training session. The rest of the contingent I expect later this evening to have a full house on Tuesday before the team jets off to Kumasi to finalize preparations ahead of the big clash. Kelvin Owusu-Ansah from the Accra Sports Stadium for 3 Sports.
Well, we still stay on the Black Stars, and that's because Leicester City forward Abdul Fattah Isaaku spoke to 3 Sports about the preparations of the team so far, as he believes that they are ready to compete against Angola and Niger.
Yeah, it's just another game, and we just go with full energy, and as we always have the support, and we are ready to also give all for the nation, and yeah, we are just going to give all and take a win. I just want to say we need the support, and we are ready, and we are going to give all for the nation to get the 3 points.
Well, we wishing the Black Stars all the best as they continue their preparations. They are expected to fly to Kumasi tomorrow to continue their preparations out of the game against Angola at the Barbera Sports Stadium on Thursday. But before we go, let's bring you some updates from the Paralympics, which is ongoing in Paris. And pregnant para archer Jodie Greenham and Nathan McQueen clinched gold for Great Britain by beating Iran 155-151 in the mixed team compound final. It is the second medal in Paris for Greenham, who is 7 months pregnant, after she beat teammate Phoebe Peterson-Pine to win the women's individual compound bronze on Saturday. The GB pair led by 1.3938 after the first end, but the scores were level at 77-77 at the halfway point. A couple of eights from Iran's Nori helped give GB a 2-point lead as 115-113 going into the final, and then they responded in style with a perfect score of 40 to secure the title. Well, that's all we're wrapping up our segment here. You can get some more sports stories on our social media handles at 3SportsGH. My name is Oreku Ampofo, and up next on the bulletin is entertainment with Adrianuela.
Entertainment news segment is powered by 3 Entertainment.
Good evening. Let's do some entertainment news updates here on News 360. My name is Noella Donko. Now, after hours of impressive performances and entrepreneurial pitches, Owusua's dream of capturing the prestigious GMB crown came to an end as she exited the competition. The Bonny East rep failed to secure enough votes to keep her in the race.
With a refreshing cashew-free juice, which will not only refresh us, but also improve upon our health.
Aware of the looming possibility of eviction, contestants put their best foot forward, presenting their business ideas infused with their unique talents. Each contestant took to the stage to showcase ventures that not only inspire, but also offer impactful solutions.
Our business model shall be built on sustainability and scalability, using flexible revenue model by combining pay-per-patient fees and subscription plans for families and communities requesting regular medical attention.
But not all dreams come true. Owusua's aspiration of becoming the GMB queen hit a roadblock last Sunday. Though she didn't garner enough votes to continue, she concluded her journey on a high note with a compelling presentation on local cashew beverages.
Please keep shining. Don't let anyone dim your light.
In a shining moment for Eastern Region, Pepra emerged victorious with 2 awards in one night, the most innovative and the overall star performer, while Volta Region's Makafui also came out with the most eloquent and keyboard woman of the week.
Congratulations, Pepra. It's a double one for you tonight. Congratulations, and of course to all our ladies as well.
Well, on to some more stories. The Perez Dome in Accra was transformed into a haven of praise and worship as gospel icon Esther Smith headlined her eagerly awaited Esther Smith Live in Concert. For over 20 years, Esther Smith has captivated audiences with her soulful voice and uplifting lyrics, cementing her status as a cornerstone of Ghanaian gospel music.
The concert drew a diverse crowd of gospel enthusiasts, church groups and families, all eager to witness Esther Smith's powerful stage presence and heartfelt performances. The event celebrated the best of Ghanaian gospel, featuring beloved hits like Nipa, Jinudi and Medawase, songs that have become cherished anthems of faith throughout the nation. Adding to the excitement was Max Morris Chumisi, widely known as Morris Babyface, who has been a long-time collaborator and producer for Esther Smith.
Overwhelming. Esther has been away for 10 years, but people were still like I'm requesting to see her, for her to have a concert so they can all attend. So I think it's been a blessing.
Esther Smith's soulful voice and inspirational lyrics have made her a pivotal figure in Ghanaian gospel music for over 2 decades.
It was surprised because my dream say Nipa say beba. Intino, Yami can say, Yami shall be.
Well, that brings us to the end of the entertainment news segment here on News 360. My name is Noella Donko.
Coming up in international news, a Kenyan man extradited to the U.S. but Britain faces treason charges in Nigeria, and the UK cancels 30 arms contracts with Israel. Details coming up.
A Nigerian and a British national are wanted for allegedly plotting to overthrow the government of President Bola Tinubu. The latter is accused of building a network of sleeper cells to topple the government and plunge the country into chaos. According to spokesperson for the Nigerian police force, the British national uses Abuja school and bookshop as a decoy for his subversive activities, including funding Nigerian collaborators to incite violence and disaffection for the government. Muyiwa Adijobi said the suspects were apprehended after extensive intelligence gathering and collaboration with other security agencies. The 2 main suspects are on the run. However, 9 suspects believed to have received substantial financial backing from foreign sources have also been detained. A Kenyan man on the run from American police has now been extradited to the U.S. Kevin Adama Ganyethe is wanted in Massachusetts for the murder of his girlfriend. The body of the victim was found in a car at Logan International Airport in Boston in October 31 last year. Kenyan authorities handed him over to their U.S. counterparts after being on the run for nearly a year from the U.S. authorities. He also dramatically escaped Kenyan police back in January, but was rearrested a week later. The United Kingdom says it would suspend 30 out of 350 arms export licenses to Israel over fears that could be used in the war in Gaza, in serious violations of international humanitarian laws. The licenses over components for military aircrafts, helicopters, drones and items that facilitate ground targeting. UK Foreign Secretary says the arms ban is the government's assessment and does not prejudice the work of international courts such as the ICJ and ICC. Meanwhile, US President Joe Biden says he doesn't think Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is doing enough to secure a hostage deal, reassuring an agreement is close.
And that's it for our package. Thank you for staying with us throughout the hour. My name is Martin Asiedu-Dartey.
And I am Portia Gabor. Do join Alfredo Cancer at 10 p.m. for Ghana Tonight. Good evening.